Pas besok. Mati. Oh, hilang gambarnya. Oh, belok.
Baik, Pak Dubes, Pak Dirjen, kita bisa mulai sekarang ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Indonesia-Korea virtual seminar and business matching on fisheries products. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dwinanto, and I will be serving as your moderator today. First of all, I would like to welcome His Excellencies Ambassador Umar Hadi, Honorable Mr. Kasan Muhri, Director General of National Export Development, Ministry of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, and to Ms. Kim Mi-kyung from Busan Regional Custom, and Mr. Park Moon-soo, President of Samsin Nettech and Trading Co., and all participants of this Indonesia-Korea virtual seminar and business matching in fisheries products. Before we start the presentation by Ms. Kim Mi-kyung and also Ms. Park Moon-soo, I would like to read the sequence of this seminar. The seminar will be divided into 5 sessions. First is opening, second is presentation, and third is discussion and also question and answer. After that, closing. For the opening, I would like to invite His Excellency Ambassador Umar Hadi to give his welcoming remarks. Please, Mr. Ambassador.
Can you hear me? Hadi?
Siapa?
Okay. Because we have some technical issues with the camera. But good morning, everybody. Annyeong Hashimika. Chonan Umar Hadi, Indonesia Teza Indah. First of all, of course, welcome to the Honorable Mr. Kasan Muhri, the Director General for National Export Development of the Ministry of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia. And also I would like to welcome Ms. Kim Mi-kyung from Busan Customs Office, and also Mr. Park Moon-soo, President of Samsin Nettech and Trading Company, and all the participants of this forum, both in Korea and in Indonesia. I should also like to commend my team, my trade attaché, Mr. Dwi, the moderator of today, and also my dear Ibu Dewi from the ITPC in Busan for organizing this forum. I think we are certain that we will increase further export of Indonesian fishery and seafood products. So today we hope to provide updates on the current status of Indonesia-Korea trade on fishery products. Also, we hope to provide information about regulations and Korean market for fisheries products. And last but not least, to connect Indonesian and Korean businesses in fisheries product. Well, it is very clear that Indonesia has a lot to offer to the Korean market. We have a lot of resources in our maritime space, a lot of potentials that needs to be tapped for the benefit of the peoples in Korea and Indonesia, but also around the world. The good news, Mr. Director General, is that in the period of January to August this year, even during the pandemic. Exports of Indonesian fishery products to South Korea increased 3.73% compared to the same period of last year. And this is quite good development. This is in spite of the decrease in so many products, because on the one hand, there is a significant decrease also in Korean imports overall. I think Korean imports has decreased all over the board about a little bit more than 10%. So the fact that our fishery products has some increase in our export, and the value is up to now, since January, is $51.13 million. So today I'm very happy that 15 Indonesian exporters and 8 Korean importers will participate in the virtual business matching, and I'm confident that they will come up with more business deals, and I hope in a quite a significant manner. And I should take note that, and I'm very thankful to you, Mr. Director General Pak Kasan. This is the second time that we it is a new type of promotion. If you remember, a few weeks ago, we started the first one with food and beverage products. So this is the second one, the fishery products, and we already plan to have a few more events like this, engaging directly exporters and importers. So to conclude, I should also like to take this opportunity to invite the Korean companies present in this forum to participate in the upcoming virtual Trade Expo Indonesia. This is to 16, 2020, and this is this expo will exhibit all kinds of products from Indonesia, and we will have also business matchmaking events. For details about the virtual trade expo, you may want to contact Trade Atase Mr. Dwi, or the Director of the ITPC, Ibu Dewi. So thank you very much for coming, and I wish you a successful seminar and virtual matchmaking. Thank you. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you, Excellency, for your remarks. And next, we're gonna have a keynote speaker by Mr. Kasan Muhri, Director General of National Export Development. Please, Mr. Kasan, the floor is yours.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Dwi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Yang terhormat His Excellency Pak Dubes, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia in Seoul, Pak Umar Hadi. This is yes, Pak. This is second time for us to. I think this kind of our effort to still conduct any activities during the pandemic COVID-19, and this is something like the adaptation by technology to provide any information, any opportunity to both sides in Indonesia and Korea. And also distinguished speakers, Ms. Kim Mi-kyung, representative from Busan Regional Custom, and also Mr. Park Moon-soo, representative of importer, and also the his ambassador Pak Umar Hadi and his team in Korea with Atase and also the ITPC in Busan, and the respective representative of association, Chamber of Commerce, and companies from both sides in Indonesia and Korea. So this event, how to enter Republic of Korean market after pandemic, especially on fisheries products, I think this is very important event for both sides to increase our bilateral trade. And as we know that we in ASEAN countries, not only Indonesia, I think we have also another closer relationship between Indonesia and Korea under ASEAN Korea FTA. And also the last bilateral agreement between the two countries, Indonesia and Korea, also we are in progressing to conclude, finalize the bilateral trade between Indonesia and Korea. So the potential export from Indonesia to Korea, I think, is very high, but the realization or the realities of our bilateral trades is not fulfill the potential for both sides. And as His Excellency Ambassador Pak Umar Hadi mentioned about the bilateral trade between Indonesia and Korea, yes, we have the deficit last year. But for these years, during the pandemic, including or especially for fisheries products, we note that this is very positive performance for Indonesia, because fisheries products is one of the sectors during the pandemic COVID-19 still exists, even still increase compared to other sectors. We recorded any sectors during the pandemic COVID-19 still exists, almost increased significantly, including the fisheries products, agriculture products, food and beverage products, and also some products like jewelry, and then steel products. So this performance to convince us in Indonesia, especially for our exporters, that the opportunity during pandemic COVID is still there. Huge opportunity to any countries in the world, just to follow and just to monitor the situations, how each countries to take care the pandemic COVID-19. So this is the situation that, yes, we are facing the challenges, but we are also can get the benefit from this COVID-19. One of the sector, I think, fisheries products. So for bilateral trade, I think we have the targets between Indonesia and Korea. I still remember when I involved in this joint feasibility study between the Indonesia and Korea, maybe last 5 years ago. So this bilateral trades, we are very believing this agreement is very gain the benefits for both sides. And if we noted the targets between Indonesia and Korea to increase bilateral trades to become 15 until 20 billion US dollar during 5 until 10 years. So I think this is very challenging for us, not only for Indonesian, I think, but also for Korean companies to achieve these targets between the two countries. So today, I think this webinar is part of our journey to achieve these targets. And also, as His Excellency Ambassador Pak Umar Hadi mentioned about, this is the second time and this is the second sector that we are discussing about this opportunity to increase our bilateral trades. So for the next futures, we can discuss more sectors as part of targets that we have to achieve between Indonesia and Korea in bilateral trades. So I hope for the next future, we can discuss another sectors to increase our export to Korea and also increase Korean side for import from Indonesia. I believe still big opportunity for both sides to increase our trades, not only of goods or products, but also under Indonesian Korea SEPA, we can boost our trade relationship and economic relationships between Indonesia and Korea, including maybe cooperations, capacity building, and investment that we are very know that Korea is one of the biggest investor in Indonesia. So the last point that I want to share in this today webinar also, as His Excellency Pak Umar Hadi mentioned about the Trade Expo in virtual exhibitions. So as I mentioned in the beginning, so because of pandemic COVID-19, we have to think about the innovations and using or utilize the digital technology to make sure that our exporter and our mines business still can conduct any activities without like offline, face-to-face. But I think this is one of innovation conducted by any countries in the world to make business matchings, one-on-one meeting between exporter and buyers. And now, or this year's, from 10 until 16 November this year, we provide the Trade Expo Indonesia number 35, but using by digital platforms. We try to give the experience to exporters or exhibitors in Indonesia and the buyers from all over the world to make business matching one-on-one meeting in the virtual. We can provide the buyers through our representative office from the embassy, I think, in all over the world, including the Korean embassy in Indonesia and also the Indonesian embassy in Seoul, to make this event will be gain or benefit for all, not only for the exporter, but also for the buyers. So buyer can explore this expo just sitting in the front of your device, maybe a cell phone, maybe notebook, maybe personal computers. So just to follow this event by using the digital platforms. This platform, like we play the video games. So because we provide the platform by using 3 dimensions. So another information that I want to share in this webinar, for Trade Expo Indonesia, in the beginning, we just targeted only 200 and 300 exhibitors. But until yesterday, I got the reports from the EO, is already 49 exhibitors to register in this expo. Maybe we'll increase more than 500 if we don't stop the registration dates until yesterday. So this is enthusiasm from the exporter, and I hope also from the buyers, including the Korean buyers in this case. So this is also the information that I want to share to all of these participants. And also thank you to His Excellency Pak Umar Hadi to mention and to inform or to socialization this Trade Expo to the Korean buyers or Korean business player in Korea. So the last point that I also last week I involved in the America Latin Indonesia business forums. I think that's also the event, back-to-back event with the Trade Expo Indonesia. So this, I think, our efforts from Indonesian government to explore our markets, not only in traditional market like Korea, but also non-traditional markets in Latin American regions. So I hope this event will be benefit for us, and also we can also to bridge the two countries into the closer relationships that we already done about the Indonesia and Korea SEPA. So thank you, and we wish you all a very productive meeting in this webinar. Thank you very much. Selamat pagi. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Bapak Kasan Muhri, for a wonderful information regarding the opportunities to improve the economies of both countries. We will continue to strive to increase Indonesian trade. Now we have finished in the first session. Now we are entered the second session with the presentation from Ms. Kim Mi-kyung and Mr. Park Mun-soo. For the first presentation, Ms. Kim Mi Kyung from the Custom Administration of FTA Implementation Section Busan Regional Custom. Ms. Kim, please give your presentation. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for introduction. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Please, Ms. Kim.
Morning.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Mi-kyung Kim, working at FTA Implementation Section in Busan Regional Customs. I really appreciate inviting for this webinar, especially the Indonesian Embassy in Korea and the Indonesian Trade Promotion Center. There are several things I'd like to mention today. Introduction to customs organization and corporate support objectives, import clearance procedures, electronic origin data exchange system, support for cargo inspection costs, and then AEO. At first, wait a minute, please. Yeah, sorry for this mistake. At first, you can see Busan Customs Organization. There is the Import-Export Business Support Center under the direct control of the Customs Director to support the import and export companies. The FTA Implementation Section, I'm looking here, is a part of Clearance Bureau. Let me tell you the history of the Import-Export Business Support Center. It launched in January 2015, so it's only 5 years and 9 months. Actually, it feels a little bit short compared to the 130 years history of Busan Customs. The center's main tasks are so far, it has helped the companies export goods to China after the Korea-China FTA went into effect in 2015, and supported auto parts manufacturers by managing study group in 2017, and then helped the companies support to various exhibitions. Currently, supporting struggling companies because of COVID-19. Among these, KCS has achieved AEO settlement with Indonesia and opened electronic origin data exchange system, also known as EODES, to promote the Korea-Asian FTA. We expect Korea-Indonesia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, so-called SEPA, to take effect sooner or later. Now you can see the mission to support Busan Customs. First, we support FTA utilization and customs clearance for export and import companies. Second, we solve various customs clearance difficulties that import and export companies have. Third, we support AEO companies. Let me briefly tell you the import clearance procedure. When the goods arrive at the port, as you know, the importer should declare. However, even import declaration is allowed before the goods arrive at the port to ensure expedite clearance. Anyway, the import goods are subject to customs confirmation about clearance requirements and be checked whether they meet permission and approval requirements, other conditions for import goods under relevant law. For example, the item classification called HS, description of goods, country of origin, other government agencies' approval, such as KFTA. And when the goods are declared, customs implements the risk management. For reference, the inspection ratio is about less than 5%. It depends on the situation, of course. Then if it's found to have no error in the inspection and documentary checking, then customs declaration is accepted. After that, the goods are released from the bonded area. The next is about EODES. From this year, as you know, Korea and Indonesia have dramatically improved the process of issuing certificate of origin. The electronic origin data exchange system is paperless certificate of origin distribution system. ECO simplifies customs documents verifying and reduces the cost of distributing certificate of origins. This figure shows the flow of ECO issuance and preferential tariff application. In general, the ECO system is used for importers to gain preferential tariffs under FTA at the time of the import declaration. However, claim for preferential tariffs can be made before and after the acceptance of import declaration. If importers were not able to apply for preferential tariff treatment because of documents not prepared or something like that, they can make claim for that retroactively within 1 year from acceptance of import declaration of the good in question. Next is, this shows the receiving the data of CO issued. Just access the KCS internet website. After selecting the sort of FTA and country, you can check it by the reference number. It's a little bit simple. KCS is implementing the system that offer for the inspection costs under customs clearance procedures for small, medium-sized companies from this year. It would be reduced logistics costs for companies in need. Of course, in case of not committing illegal act against the good in question, and only container cargo, not per things. Importer can claim for the inspection cost through the KCS clearance system called UniPass. You can get more information by the brochure, and please contact us. Lastly, the authorized economic operator. Korea and Indonesia signed the Mutual Recognition Arrangement, MRA, for AEO implementation in February this year. It is not currently implemented. If it would be, the inspection rate will certainly decrease. For example, because between Korea and China, inspection ratio decreased by 75%, and the logistic time went down by 79%. We expect as soon as possible for AEO to be formally implemented between two countries. Thank you for listening. And if you have any question, please feel free to contact us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kim, for a great presentation. And now for the second presentation by Mr. Park Moon-soo, President of Samsinnet Tech and Trading Co. He will present about the fishery trade between Indonesia and Korea. For Mr. Park Moon-soo, please, the floor is yours. Mr. Park, okay.
오케이. 예. 오늘 인도네시아 대사관님인 우마르 하디 씨와 부산 대위 소장 그리고 위디께서 아주 열심히 이렇게 한국과 인도네시아 무역을 위해서 열심히 하시는 모습을 보고 저는 너무 반갑고 기쁩니다. Selamat pagi, apa kabar? Baik. Ini dari Pak Munsu, sekarang tinggal Busan, Korea. Saya yang lalu 30 tahun yang lalu bekerja di Ambon, Maluku. Sekarang saya perusahaan Fishery goods export dan import and domestic Korea fishing gear supply company. Sekarang sulit karena corona 19 banyak susah sekali, tetapi mungkin our live. So ayo lakukan. Hari ini saya subject is Indonesia and Korea fishery trade. Yeah. Today's I announce content is one part is outline of fishery trade between the two countries. Two part, Indonesia fishery productivity, and then three part, marketability in Korea of Indonesia products, and then four part, business feasibility. Fishery business, how about, and then implication. Outline of fishery trade between the two countries. Indonesia fisheries is Korean. Ini orang Korea bagaimana pikir itu bicara. Think of Indonesia as a friendly country. I am also saya cinta orang Korea, saya cinta negara Indonesia, dan saya suka makanan Indonesia. And then think it is the country with the most sea and golden fish ground in the world. This one is Indonesia fishing ground is number one in the world. And then since we couldn't find any fish prepared by Koreans in the Indonesia market, we thought only about fishing as a joint venture. This say is what's mean. Orang Korea pikir ikan curi saja pikir. Do you understand? Yeah. Orang Korea saya 30 tahun yang lalu. This one is Ambon, Maluku. This here Arapura fishing ground. So time about troll vessel 300 ton up vessel 50 vessels catching. So 1 month 50,000 ton take to Korea. Koreans access to Indonesia fisheries products so far. It is hard to find a professional import of Indonesia fisheries products in Korea. Sekarang cari jual-jualan orang Korea ikanan bahaya susah sekali ya. Until now, tuna ribbonfish, squid, and tiger shrimp were the main types of fishery products imported. And then from 1987 to 2010, up to 50 trawls fishing boats caught from Arafura's fishing grounds and brought to Korea some 20 kinds of fish, including corobinat and squid. Corobinat and squid fishing name. This one, very famous, and then orang Korea banyak suka ikan. Name is croc or corobinat, yellow corobinat. From now, from Africa, too much import. And then this one squid is Indonesia name is cumi-cumi. This one also harga mahal sekali. Sekarang ini tidak ada di Korea, dari China, dari Chile, dari Uruguay import. But especially Indonesia ikan squid is a little difference. This one is orang Korea bicara 한치. Leg is 3.3 centimeter 한치. This one is mahal. This squid is life is only 1 year living and after die, and so this one is a very important fish. Indonesian fishery as a productivity. Satu advantage Indonesia what bagus itu, it has the longest coastal station in the world. Indonesia coastal is number one in the world, and then it can be produce the most diverse fishery as a product in the world. Be able to utilize quality and low cost manpower. Manpower is murah. Government support for exports continue. It is very good. Today's Umar Hadi, Miss Devi, Mr. Vidi support is say. Yeah. And then take advantage of additional cheap resource such as oil. Indonesia ada oil itu. Indonesian fisheries productivity. This one is what's mean. Indonesia government promotion. This one. Promotion agriculture and forestry fisheries 3.3 from 2 or 3.9 promotion, yeah, estimate 21 years, maybe post pandemic. Yeah? So government also, Indonesia government also too much thinking promotion ikanan fisheries business tried with Korean thinking. Two parts. Indonesian fisheries productivity. Two shortcomings, kurang itu bicara kurang, with the withdrawal of Korea fishing boats from Indonesia fishing grounds, the recognition of Indonesia fishery product is gradually decreasing. Sekarang Indonesia fish tidak ada di Korea, so rupa-rupa orang Indonesia ikanan. And then there are no fishing boats that can be caught and refrigerated a lot of once. Yeah, besar fishing boat tidak ada, cepat refrigerate mungkin susah, itu bicara. The fishery products known to import are tuna, ribbon fish, shrimp, and squid. Mungkin di Indonesia too much fish, but orang Korea now only Indonesia tuna or ribbon fish, shrimp, and squid only known. Part 3, marketability in Korea. 1. Koreans consumption of fisheries products. South Koreans are the world's #1 consumer of fisheries products in the world. And then the average per capita consumption of seafood in the world is 20 kilograms compared to 55.4 kilograms. So orang Korea banyak makan ikan, itu bicara. #1 in the world. Korea's import of fisheries products are increasing every year with 6.4 million tons on US dollar 6.1 billion imported in 2018 years. Uh, 2016 years, 2017 years, 2018 years, import weight 5 million ton, 5.49 million ton. 2018 years, 6 million tons. Money also increasing every year. Fishery products, live fish, fresh or chilled, and frozen, smoked, dried, salted, other. #1 import fishery is frozen fish. 2018 years, 1 million ton, and then 3 billion US dollar. This one is a survey on the preference of fishery products for future generation in Korea. Ini murah orang pikir ikan makan, ya, pikir how about itu survey. So orang Korea 95% more higher suka. Ini survey. This is Korean Marine Fisheries Institute survey. This one. And then 2, now Korea's major importing countries of frozen and fisheries products. From China, frozen and live fish, ribbon fish, corvina, squid, anchovy, dried fish, #1 import country. Saya pikir mungkin dari Indonesia to China, China to Korea, saya pikir. From Russia, pollock, cod, snapper. From Japan, live fish, mackerel. From Vietnam, dried squid, anchovy, shell, ribbon fish. From Norway, mackerel, salmon. And then from Chile, squid, stingray. From Argentina, Peru, squid, stingray. From Africa, croaker. And then etc. From Pakistan, Senegal, ribbon fish. Ribbon fish is hairtail or band fish. Do you know? Yeah. From USA, Canada, eel and snapper. And then from Mauritania, octopus, too much import. This one part is business possibility evaluation. Business attractiveness and company fit analysis method is BMO style. So 30 total amount score 35 minimum is non-item, and then 80 total score is 80 percent score point up is S item. This one is I am only thinking score is Indonesia business attractive is total 47, and then company fit so fisheries business ini 47, total 94. So Indonesia business possibility evaluation is good. Good. Last implication, Indonesia has the largest sea area in the world and is the world's second largest producer of fisheries products. South Korea is the world's #1 consumer of fisheries products. Korea's import of fisheries products are increasing every year, with 6.4 billion tons of US dollar, 6.1 billion imported in 2018 years. Prospects for the trade of fisheries products between the two countries are quite bright. We need more active promotion of Indonesia fisheries products in the Korean market. So, saya juga pikir from Indonesia to Korea, between Indonesia and Korea, FTA cepat-cepat mau, because China, Chile, all FTA sekarang imported murah. So cepat-cepat tolong FTA, and then ya orang Korea semua mungkin suka Indonesia fishery products, and then suka orang Indonesia. Yeah, finish. I said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Park. I think you already half Indonesia, half Korea now.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
presentation
sorry. Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Pak Munsu. And before we continue, I think before we continue, there is we will go to next session. Will be a discussion, but because of the limited time, we only have maybe 3 questions and comments of each section. So for the questioner, please raise your hand and mention your name. From Bapak Iskandar from PT Karim. Yes, silakan Pak. Maaf, dari PT Ralan bisa di mute dulu. Oke, terima kasih. Silakan Pak Isnandar.
Pak Dunanto, thank you very much. Mr. Kim, Ms. Kim, thank you very much. We are from Karim International. We are professional export management. We have the group and vendors on the fisheries. Okay, allow me to be sharp on the situation, but it's not on the sea fish search. It's mostly on the what is called landed fish. Okay, ikan budidaya. We have the for around several years ago, we have an issue on the pangasius fillet fish on the Arabian market, which was the Indonesian versus Vietnam market, Vietnam suppliers. Okay, and then it was found by the Saudi Arabian authorities that the pangasius fillet from Vietnam. Allow me to find a sub word with cheated. It was cheating. Okay, cheating means the weight of the fish is more than what is supposed to be, and that is founding that the Vietnam suppliers apply another chemicals on the I forget the name, on the ice. So the density of the ice is higher. So it's around 10 to 7 to 10% higher. So meaning when somebody weighing the fish with the ice, so Indonesian price is a little bit higher. Actually not, because the Vietnam one, the higher is on the ice. So, but it was found after several years, which is happened in years, and then Vietnam banned by the Saudi Arabian. And this is the issue. Who is found is supposed to be the custom. So my question to you, Ms. Mi Kyung, right? How is the Custom Korea address this issue? The technicals until on these stages, it's very technical. Okay, you have the import of fish from any countries, and then somebody can cheat on the ice, on the glaciers, make it the weight more heavy, something like that. We face the issue, and buat untuk teman-teman bapak-bapak ibu-ibu di pemerintahan, sometimes we don't know this thing until it's blow up, and when that is blow up, we also late to address the issue. When the Indonesians said, okay, we found it, and then the Vietnam moved the company from Vietnam to Thailand. Then no more Vietnam fish in the Saudi Arabia, but it occupied by Thailand fish, but actually still on Vietnam fish. So how to address this issue on very technical, which is Indonesia, to be honest with you, we try to be honest on the product, but not that what's called, not that lincah ya, to maneuver, but not fast to maneuver about this thing. And we really need the authorities to address this issue deeply on technicals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kim. Maybe you can answer directly. Please unmute your mic first. Okay.
Yes. Actually, I'm just a customs officer, so it's related in systems, regulations things. But KCS implements the risk management. So the kind of things would be checked, because we received the manifest right to the port, so we have informations, exporters and importers connecting. So the data is tells us that kind of problem. So is it if please send me email, I'll reply you and kind of regulation things and we procedures to protect that kind of things. I will see. Is it okay?
No, it's okay, but Pak Dwinanto, maybe Bu Dewi and Bapak di KBRI thinks sometimes the issue is not on the desk issue. It's really on the field issue. We don't know that. How do we know that the glacier is way heavier than the normal thing? Because when you put the ice on the fish and you get something, I think Mr. Kim will know that on the field. So if you're not measures and we're not checking, so when somebody weighing the containers, let's say 10 ton, but the weight of the density of the density of the ice is density of the water is 1.0 supposed to be. Or if you are with the salt, sea water, maybe 1.2, 1.3. But if you put anything and the density 1.5, so 10% is nothing. I think this happened to Indonesian product, not in Korea, okay, not in Korea. Not in Korea, but not it happened in Saudi Arabia, to be precise. But the Saudi Arabian authorities only found it after several years, Pak Dwinanto. Only several. So meaning you know the domino effect, Pak Dwinanto, in Indonesia. They said we are not competitive. We are not competitive. So they are running away from the business. They are close the factory, something like that, to be sarcastic. Okay. So because they said, how come we are still expensive? We are still expensive.
Yeah.
And we found that we are still expensive because the Vietnam sell the ice.
Yes, well, we checked the description of the goods and we.
Yeah, but you cannot check by the documents.
Yeah. Oh yes, documents and compare the actual.
Yeah, you have to
goods.
check. You have to check on the ground.
Yes.
On the ground weighing.
Yes.
Weighing not only not only the packet, but weighing how much.
Right.
What is the ice? I mean, if you can take a sample one cube, okay. So you weigh with the ice and you remove the ice and you weigh the fish. What is the difference?
The importer should declare the net weight and gross weight, both of them. So ice would be exempt from the net weight, I think. So.
This is the fact. Okay, this is the fact. But the fact we face not in. Yeah, Mr. Kim, you are very correct that Indonesia has a lot of potential, but the problem in Indonesia, we don't have enough professional marketers. So Pak Dwinanto, sometimes this issue the producer just you cannot fight, just pasrah aja gitu Pak. Yeah. Nobody on the marketing side who can convince the customers, they can convince the authority, hey guys, there's something wrong on the packet. You check the ice, what is the density, what is the chemical they added.
Siapa? Ya, ini karena waktunya sedikit Pak, mungkin saya jawab sedikit saja Pak. Memang kalau kami di sini dengan custom di sini memang sudah erat sekali Pak. Ketika ada masalah sedikit saja, memang mereka langsung menginfokan ke kami. Jadi kami sudah bisa tracking ini ada masalah apa, lalu kami bisa segera untuk menyelesaikannya. Dan benar kata Miss Kim, I'm talking in bahasa. Karena ini mereka pasti akan tahu karena di sini ketat sekali Pak, pasti akan ketahuan gitu. Karena untuk mengisi SKA-nya, health certificate-nya segala macamnya itu sudah elektronik, jadi sudah dicek dulu di sini. Begitu datang itu tidak sesuai, itu nanti akan ketahuan sebenarnya sih Pak. Tapi mudah-mudahan tidak terjadi lagi ke depannya Pak.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Jadi sekali lagi itu isu yang kami lapangan di lapangan.
Ya Pak, kami ada notice buat kami juga di sini Pak. Terima kasih Pak Sinandar.
Makasih.
Okay, next maybe the next questioner. Is there any question? From Veterans Indonesia? Or any questioner from other participant? Maybe one question from me for Miss Kim regarding the issue about the certificate of health regarding the COVID-19. We are, I think in Indonesia we are changing with the electronic signature, and also all will be electronic. And how about the exception in the custom of Korea, in the Korea custom?
Only 2 countries until now, Indonesia and China. But it will spread. I think we are. Will be Vietnam also. So it's Korea and Asian country is only 2 countries, Indonesia and Vietnam.
So there will be no issue regarding this. Regarding this no issue regarding this for the health certificate of the fisheries product.
No.
So Korea Custom can accept our certificate, electronic certificate of health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So everyone can export with the electronic certificate of health, and also the electronic COO, right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Thank you.
Is there any other participant that want to have a question? Mr. Arif Budianto. Okay. Take it, please. Unmute your mic first.
Pak, selamat ya pagi Pak. Ya mungkin karena bahasa terus itu Inggris saya tidak posisinya lancar, terus kira-kira menggunakan bahasa terus Indonesia di sana.
Gak apa-apa Pak. Ditujukan untuk ke siapa Pak?
Ke Mikyung Pak.
Ya.
Ya. Bapak, posisinya kami itu sudah membentuk posisinya perusahaan baru, yaitu kita siap untuk ekspor rumput laut kering, Pak. Nah, untuk posisinya saat ini kita mau masuk ke negara Cina, terhalang karena posisinya itu approval number. Nah, terus kira-kira kalau kami melakukan terus ekspansi ke mungkin itu Korea Selatan, terus kira-kira mungkin itu pasar adakah Pak untuk posisi rumput laut kering? Itu Pak.
Mungkin lebih ditujukan ke Mr. Park ya, kalau untuk ini, karena peluang pasar ya. Kalau Miss Kim itu lebih ke bea cukainya, custom.
Oh, bea cukai, ya. WhatsApp kami B, Pak.
Okay, sorry. This is the question for Mr. Park Munsu regarding the seaweed. Mr. Arif Budianto is a new player, and they have the seaweed, and he's asking about is there any opportunities in Korea for the seaweed? Please, Mr. Park.
Seaweed?
Seaweed, yeah.
Seaweed, orang Korea banyak suka produk. Sekarang dari Indonesia to Korea, seaweed import is I have no information. Orang Korea banyak export to another country seaweed, Villa Kim and milk. Okay, I will check and then information to him. Arif Budianto, Mr. Ya. Saya seaweed information tidak tahu. Ya, so sekarang tidak tahu. Nanti saya cek after information to him. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, yeah. Seaweed is orang Korea banyak suka, tetapi Indonesia punya seaweed tidak tahu saya. Ya. Sorry, maaf.
Oke. Mr. Pak Arif mungkin nanti bisa berhubungan dengan kami atau dengan Bu Dewi dan Pak Widi dari ITPC untuk informasi terkait dengan peluang pasar seaweed. Nanti kita coba carikan untuk calon-calon buyernya.
Okay.
I think finally, I think we come to the last session of this seminar, and thank you to all the speakers and also for all the for Ambassador Umar Hadi and also Mr. Kasan Muri, Director General for National Export Development, for attending this great seminar, and also thank you to all audience for your participation, and hopefully the information that we have shared today will be useful for all of us. And thank you for attention, and good morning, and we will in the next session, Ibu Dewi would be talking about this. Please, Ibu Dewi.
No, actually, I just want to say that PT Ralans want to answer question, but then it's okay. Related to seaweed, actually, yes, there is a kind of opportunity, but Pak Arif, saya mengundang Bapak untuk bisa sampaikan saja emailnya ke kami, akan kita jawab seperti apa peluangnya. Pada dasarnya memang peluangnya cukup besar, Pak. Tapi banyak hal yang mungkin harus diperbaiki dari segi packaging yang harus karena saya kemarin sempat datang ke pengusaha Korea, ada beberapa hal yang kita kalah dengan negara lain khususnya dalam hal packaging dan menjaga kualitas. Itu Pak. Terima kasih Pak Arif.
Baik, Bu. Terima kasih.
Oke, Bu Dewi, ini kita mau foto dulu atau bagaimana? Oke, mungkin Bu Dewi yang pandu bisa? Baik,
Mas Nugroho sudah siap ya untuk dari ITPC. Oke. Kita hitung ya. Semua tolong mohon bisa menyalakan videonya kalau boleh. Kita hitung 1, 2, 3. Sekali lagi. 1. Sudah semua ya, saya mesti mengecek dulu nih. Oke, kalau boleh Bapak Ibu, please turn on your video. So we have a kind of photo session first. Saya masih lihat masih banyak yang belum menyalakan. Oke, nggak apa-apa deh kalau memang nggak yang sudah ada. Oke, kita mulai. 1, 2, 3. Dengan salam Korea. Salam Korea.
Oke, ya, suka. Ya, ya.
1, 2,
3.
Satu lagi, Hana. Kamsahamnida. Saya kembalikan ke Pak Moderator.
Oke, terima kasih. Thank you for all. Thank you for Mr. Ambassador and Mr. Kasan Muri, and thank you for all the speakers. And we hope this, like I said before, we hope this information that we share today would be useful for all of us. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.
Terima kasih Dwi dan Mbak Dewi.
Terima kasih Ibu Tuti. Apa kabar Ibu? Sehat Ibu?
Alhamdulillah sehat. Saya izin live ya.
Sehat Ibu.
Yo.
Terima kasih Pak Isnandar.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ya, thank you. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak.
감사합니다.
Terima kasih Kedutaan Besar Indonesia.
Terima kasih Pak.
Sukses selalu.
Untuk peserta yang akan ke bisnis matching, boleh langsung ke link berikutnya ya, yang sudah ada bagi yang memang sudah.
Bu Novi mau bisnis matching? Bu, Mbak Dewi mungkin nanti ada berapa Bu Novi yang ikut?
Iya, nanti aku kirim ada.
Oke.
Mungkin
Ya.
ada 2 ya.
Oke.
Untuk monitor aja, Pak.
Oke, terima kasih. Baik, terima kasih semua.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Ketemu.
Terima kasih ya.
Semua Bapak Ibu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kita tunggu.